And we are live! Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones wherever you might be. I'm Emma, and welcome back to the House of Hubris here on twitch.tv/Saracent. And welcome to not Rogue Legacy! Because, like, don't get me wrong, Rogue Legacy 2, loved it, banger of a game. But between that taking 13 episodes and a hiatus season happening in the middle of it, we've been there a while. So it's nice to move on to something new. And this was one of my other new games that I was considering around the time I got Rogue Legacy 2. So I thought, why not play it now? It's meant to only be short and generally cute. And we get to look at plants. I hope the sound levels are okay. I've not been able to do much tweaking because I didn't want to go into the game because I've never seen this before. But yes, wait, I haven't even said the name of the game. You can see it on screen, but in case you're just listening, this is Strange Horticulture, in which we do some horticulture that is strange, I guess. It's far too hot for me to be thinking cogently, so this is going to go very well. Let's click New Game. It says Continue. Literally all I did was... I didn't even click New Game last time I opened it. The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floors so that neighbours can reach across and shake hands. Or, more likely, exchange unpleasantries. I like the presentation of this already. Strange Horticulture is a small shop, situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you may have noticed, need light, and light is a short supply at street level in this town. Recently the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. What is this, Stardew? There's much to learn, but one thing's already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. I mean, yeah, why else would he stock them, honestly? Day 1, Friday. The game features some small text you can zoom with the mouse wheel. That's nice. Yes, if anybody's having trouble with the text or the sound or anything, let me know. Providing you're on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, you could put it in the comments, but I really can't do much at that point. We have a letter. I found it. An excerpt on the elusive wandering view? Okay. Come to the library at Ambleside and I'll tell you all about it. I even found something on the gilded dendra that might be of interest. Simone. Yes, give Hellebore a good scratch behind the ear for me. Who's Hellebore? Do we have a cat? I'm guessing that's a cat. We have plants. Oh, we can scroll through plants. We have this bulrush lily looking thing. We have that. We have a lot of plants. I'm not gonna guess what they all are right now. The will to explore, a closer inspection, a rising dread. I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. Okay, well that's ominous. Closer inspection, drag a plant here to take a close look. Ah, green-coloured flowers. They smell wonderful. Okay, so we can inspect our plants. The will to explore. I have neither the time nor the inclination. You can water your plants using the watering can to earn will to explore. Okay. Yes, that's something we should be doing. Also, the bell is flashing. Should I ring the bell? So this is... What's this? A drawer. I have items. I have a... Strange Book of Plants. Wilfred Voynich. I have the Voynich manuscript of plants. Oh, wow. This encyclopedia can be used as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I've included sketches, these are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often the description will be more useful for you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse of this encyclopedia. What's the page sticking out? Can we get to the page that's sticking out? We cannot, alas. What else do we have? A map of Undermere and the surrounding area that's given me a bunch of will to explore. Nice. Whoa! You say a map of Undermere and the surrounding area. This is a map of the surrounding area. Just when Undermere is a dot on it. We have the classic magnifying glass. We have this. We have no clues. We have a letter. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it secret. Okay, that's also not concerning at all. Okay, so Simone wants us to come to the library and Ambleside. There's a dangerous secret plant in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. We have an archive where we can put our old notes that we're not looking at anymore, I assume. Cool. Okay, the bell keeps flashing at me. I should probably ding it. Ding! It's Victoria Grey. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day, surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices, too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me, but nobody lives up there. Oh, there's our cat. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has got the better of me. I must find out what they're saying. She wants some St. John's poppy. Okay. Book. Book. St. John's poppy. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draft that greatly improves the imbiber's hearing ability. But one potion of super hearing coming up. Flowers of the St. John's poppy are bright red with a yellow centre, that's why we call it a poppy. Have some of this. Plant identified, St. John's poppy. Rewards, book entry. Okay. Ah, right, so we can get more pages for the book to identify more plants by identifying the plants we already have. Excellent. So we use the bell to summon customers, despite it seeming like it should be the other way around. Labels, we could label a plant. I mean, I'll put a label on it. Because, you know, why not? And I'm assuming I have an infinite number of labels, because why wouldn't you? So, we now have the will to explore. Should we go out? Scaffold Pike? That's a real place. And Wastwater. And Coniston Water. Okay, so this is just a very mildly fantasy version of the Lake District. Grassmere. Except Windermere has become Undermere. Bowfell, Great Gable. Yeah, Gosforth, these are real places around this area. And never been there myself, but I know my family have spent a lot of time in this area. Ah. Ambleside. My green screen is doing a whole thing when I lean over. I'm not seeing it. Is that just because you can see the plants behind me? These are plants, they're in the game. I am not seeing anything wrong with my chroma. Must have been the light changing. Oh yeah, that happens sometimes. Right, so she wanted us to go to Ambleside, or we could investigate to the northeast of Backbarrow, which is down here, in the hills. I mean, new plant sounds great. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a grey morning has turned into bright sunshine. Good thing too, because it takes several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the clouds are sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. We have a plant. New plant acquired. It's poisonous and dangerous, and I'm gonna keep it here, away from everything else, and it can have a red label. Okay, we've run out of will to explore, but we can get more by watering. Hello, Hellebore. You are a very sweet void of nothingness. Just realised you all basically can't see this, my drawer, because my head's in the way, but... and they have nicely put a tick next to that, because we followed the note, so I can archive that. Excellent. Put it in the drawer. Okay, so I could get more will to explore by watering. I could also get another customer, I guess. David Chafer. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for plants, though, eh? Got a letter for you. Oh, why thank you. Ring this bell to summon the postman. That's how it works, right? Hey, more will to explore. Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger, just as I'd come to fear that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. Sorry to any viewers from Gosforth. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travellers. On the northeast corner of the wood, I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in the world. I shall be returning to Wondermere soon. Most regards, Amos Duncan. Northeast corner of the woods to the south of Gosforth. We'll see Simone sometime. You keep giving us clues. I've got to go for them, right? Where's Gosforth? There. Northeast corner of the woods. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature away from the stench and clamour of Undermere. It's not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Yay! We've got this thing. Now that's ticked off and it can go in the archives. Isn't it nice when you get post and you can action it immediately and then never think about it again? We've got this thing as an eternal mode. Just gonna give everything a quick water, in case anything needs it. There's a note next to those mushrooms. 1 second. Ah, camera. What are you doing? Okay, that is a picture of a bell-shaped flower, I guess. Okay, we've got enough will to explore. We don't have any new clues. Let's go to the library and outside. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favourite haunts. Simone the librarian is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Say she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. Ooh, some book entries. Gilded Dendra and Wandering View. God, just that deep rumble when you scratch Hellbar. Does this... Wait a minute. We have these 5 drawings of flowers on our desk. Ah. Okay, so we have a combination to put in. And one of them is presumably this. Interesting. I love games that slowly unfold. Customer! Gilbert Ames. Someone's got those witches in the forest stirred up. Not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way around down through Back Barrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now and I've bought Fennet from the south to trade for some Lemos Dandy. Lemos Lemon? Is Lemon. Chat's in the way. Lemon Dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra miles I've had to cover to get here. Great. Thanks. Valuable input. Lemon Dandy. Citrum crispus. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Okay, so it's something with curly yellow leaves. This? Those are yellow and curly. Let's take a closer look. It smells faintly of wood smoke and feels like rough glass paper. I mean, I feel like that's not it. This one. Sweet scent like strawberry dipped in honey. Again, these scents seem like a thing that would be mentioned in our book. I found the Fallen London version of the Lake District. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that looks like it could be that. It smells of nothing. But it doesn't seem to have the curly leaves. But I mean, it's the closest to the sketch, even if we were told not to trust the sketch. That's curly leaves. We're just sniffing all these plants, and I'm sure one day that'll be bad for us. Oh wait, that has very curly leaves, and it has that fluffy head. Smells faintly off-putting, but not overpowering. Yeah, so these look like twists of lemon rind, and that looks like the flower head in the book. Sold. I have your lemon dandy. Yeah, plant identified. Rewards plant. New plant acquired, and he said that was Fennet. You are Fennet. Do you have an entry in here? No. But I'm going to put a label on you anyway that says Fennet. And where was the lemon dandy? There. What are you? Lemon Dandy. I can explore again, but I don't have anywhere in particular to go. But that's okay. Instead, we have customer. Bios. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of an expression about its features. Ma'am, this is a plant shop. It seemed to be laughing. Not the joyous laughter of a child, but sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. These past weeks have been getting worse. want some forest camphor. What was this button for the others? Ah, no, this is the first one where we've got the character info, so we'll probably be seeing more of her. Facelift. The psychic. They grew up with her mother. Her father was rarely violent, but once is enough. Correct. When he struck her, it finally broke the hold he had over her mother, and she fled in the night. The sleeping Fae held close. Fae often has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She came to strange horticulture, good that I can pronounce the game, seeking relief from her nightmares. Maybe less caffeine before bed. Yep. I mean, I can't talk. Forest camphor, you say? For your sleep. Forest camphor, the strong smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. That one. Blue flowers, light, airy scent. It says you have a strong smell. Strong smell. Is it that one? It's pungent, but not unpleasant. The bulb is a soft yellow, the leaves are waxy. Ah, yeah, there's a bulb, this is a cluster made up of small, dark blue flowers. There's your forest camphor. Your chamomile silver. Plant identified! Rewards more entries. Butterdale. Deuterium Dixarat. Label that. I like this. This is chill so far. Again, I have full will to explore. Do I have anywhere I want to... Can I just go somewhere? Just exploring, I guess? Let's just see what's around town. This is literally the text of the intro. Come on. Great, good use of my will to explore. Well, let's ding the ding. Ding. Nora Butterfield. Got any wandering view? That always reminds me of... what's his name? That old inventor, the Wanderer. Anyway, the view, if you got it. Do I have Wandering View, given that we got summoned to the library to get a lead about Wandering View? I doubt it. Ulium Vargas, so called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It's been known to cover distances of up to several meters in a night. That's... The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They're also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Finger's Bane. Smells strongly of sour milk. I don't think that's it. We have other mushrooms, yes. Not as spongy as most mushrooms, in fact the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red spores protrude from the caps, which we see around the edges there. Got your view. Wandering View, coming right up. If the pot wanders across the shelf, I'll shudder but also applaud. Well, thanks for giving me that idea. Wandering View. And we got the Lady of Summer. I'll label the Wandering View. And I'm going to put it... It's directly under that mysterious poisonous thing. Let's see. Okay, we can end the day, or we could just go explore. Sure, let's go somewhere. Where seems nice this time of year? Just straight out to sea. Down. Let's have a trip down to Candle. I sidestep the busy town of Candle. Said okay. And head to the Serpentine Woods to root around. The shrubs are overgrown and the foliage is thick and vibrant. Feels like the perfect place to find a hidden gem. But I look high and low and nothing stands out. All that promise and nothing to show for it. If I had a penny. Guess we're done. Elabor, thank you for keeping us company. God, that rumble. End the day. I can click it. Let's stick of cards. Row H, the third river. Started when she found something. Something she wasn't meant to find. A book, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. Row H, the third river. Day 2. Oh, and we start with full will to explore. Excellent. Let's check that out. So the first river is the Urt. Second river is the Esk. Yes, English rivers all have these stupid names. And the third river is the Duddon. And the card disappears. Cool, very cool. I got an achievement. Huh. A dead deer in the river. Yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotten flesh. Ew. Death for one. Provides life for many. And we got a plant! We found it growing in a deer carcass. You're welcome. Why is there a gap in the shelf there? That's unhelpful. Oh my... Dear game. No thank you. What is it on this stream? I always end up getting hit with the fungus. Yeah. Fungus? Bad. Ambulatory fungus? No. Halibor, oh, you're facing the other way now. This is an adventurous day for you. Or perhaps yesterday was an adventurous day for you. Either way. Yeah, no, I'm sure you didn't know. Developers. Isidore Burbage. Bring me a sample of Apis demissus. Be quick about it, that damn cat is sitting on my allergies. Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. Ooh, I can read about this dick. He's a barrister. And Burbage is a rich a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. He expected people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many under me who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power and few would challenge him to his face. Yep, like I said, this dick. Apis demissus. Apis is bees. Nothing immediately says bee in those names, so let's just flick through it. There. Apis demissus is Gandhi root. Plant with medicinal properties, can aid digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken as the rough leaves can be an irritant. And it's kind of curly and then bulb-shaped flowers. That one? Single pink flower that smells pleasant. Or that one. Single sweet-smelling dark flower. Again, that doesn't look hugely like the sketch, and there's no mention of the rough leaves. This one? The leaves are coarse to the touch, and it's got the right shape plants. There we go. Some Gandhi root for you, because you can just use the English words, my dude. And we get the page from Meekdew. And I will label the Gandhi root. And we have more will to explore. And my stream deck is having a moment. That'll be interesting when I have to press any buttons on it. Let's walk up to the stone circle. That's never gone badly. Circle of ancient rhyolite boulders has been a site of ritual importance for hundreds of years. A lone pillar of red sandstone stands off to one side. But nothing interesting? Oh well, that sounded just like a nice trip anyway. Ding! Wait, no. Ding! Hey, post is back. Lake Undermere's looking fine in the sunshine today. Yeah, here's your mail. They've gone very hard with the fantasy English flair, but he still says mail instead of post. Americans, why do you do this? Got more world to explore, and a letter saying, there's an old slate mine at Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Who are you, Amos Duncan? You seem to be a very grumpy person. Old slate mine at Hard Knot. Where's that? Hard Knot. An iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. Cavalier. Oh yes, we saw a page for that briefly. According to legend, Cavalier can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Lovelock. Rip James Lovelock, I guess. Heart-shaped leaves, heart-shaped leaves. Do I have any? Those leaves look heart-shaped. Flowers are made of many small blue flowers. They smell pleasant. It's got heart-shaped leaves, though. Not that one, is it? Smooth, waxy leaves. Literally all I have to go on here is heart-shaped leaves. A phrase which is sounding less and less like real words every time I say it. Heart-shaped leaves, heart-shaped leaves, heart-shaped leaves. Okay, no. So, okay, I'm gonna guess this one with the blue flowers is Cavalier. Yay! And we get a thing for Auguria. And we've got 3 different plants from this. Okay, let me first label my Cavalier. New plants. Great. More mushrooms. Great. Excellent. Love it. Great. Hellebore, save me from the mushrooms, please. The hellebore does nothing. I'm gonna ring this bell. Reuben Ward. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest investigating a possible murder there. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot and they're not keen to talk to me. The leader, the Ardor or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some fox button that would help me win them over. Maybe, but first I need to read about you, my good sir. The investigator. Reuben works with the police on murder cases. He's a kind, good-humoured man, but behind the mask he's deeply sad. His only child, daughter, had seemed troubled for some time before running away from home several years ago. The victims whose stories he tries to uncover are all somebody's son, somebody's daughter. The search for answers drives him forward, piecing together the logic of life and death. That is sad. Fox button, you say? Camomum vulpes. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs across the stem. Like that? Small leaves, delicate flowers. Okay, so we've got that as a possibility. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. That is also a possibility. Great. Great, great, great. Very cool. Thick, shiny leaves. That says stiff leaves. That says small leaves, delicate flowers. I mean, stiff sounds better for that, surely? Surely. Also, Camimum is the same family as one of these, which was it? Not same family, same genus. It's one of them. Is this what you want? I'm new here. I need to be more careful. That wasn't a fox button. I must be better prepared next time. Okay. Right. Great, great, great. Very cool. And it's added to our rising dread meter. Oh no, the dread, she is rising. Then maybe this? Also not fox button. Oh wait, there's that. It smells of nothing, but the leaves look just like this sketch. Way to look at all the things, Emma. Plant identified, get a new page, and a vague sense of shame at how long that took. Brimlock. Label, fox button. I had heard this game was chill. It is incredibly chill. I should probably start organising these like alphabetically or something. Okay, unidentified plants, top right. Of course, this is going to be a issue when I have to move them to make space for something new in the lineup, but hey. Just trying to put that on a shelf that didn't exist. Good job, me. We really only identified six flowers. Okay, wandering view. And also awkward for our alphabetizing is if any of the plants move. Forest Camphor, for fox button. William, St. John's poppy. There you go. They're in order. You're welcome. Me. Oh, I missed this one. Gandhi root. Goes between fox button and fennec. Fennec. Not a fennec. Oh, and this one. Lemon dandy. Goes after Gandhi root for fennec. At least if I put the wandering view on a short shelf, it can't get too far unless it can jump. Again, thoughts you've made me think. Thoughts you've made me think. I'm going to ring this bell. Victoria Gray. She's back. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of St. John's poppy. There's a medium using the room, illegally I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. She wants some harlequin blue, does she? Scura Caerulea. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus which assists in wind dispersal. Also, I've realised I'm playing this game now on a day when Gen Con's happening, so Emily definitely won't be in the chat, which is a shame because we could not be more in her scene if we tried. Maybe I should have saved it, but on the other hand... That was it, that was the other hand. Once dried and hardened, the stems can burn as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks. Great. Widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. Do we not just have something that would help her with her sleep? Instead of spying on and scaring her neighbours? Forest camphor is powerful soporific effect. What happens if we deliberately give her the wrong thing because we think we know better? That wasn't Harlequin Blue, I know. Oh, and that maxed out her Rising Dread. Yeah. Shiver travels down my spine. My mind is broken. I mean, this is also my reaction to minor things going wrong at work. Just, oh no, my mind is broken. I will never recover. Okay. Does that one fit there? Yes. That looks like it might be there. Does that sliver go between them? Yes. And yes. I mean, I can just recognise the design as much as anything else. It's on the book. That bit's at the top. That's there. That's there. That's there. Where's the other end of that double line? Is that it? No. Oh, no. 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 Yes. And that, and then that clicks to there. That has the rest of that circle on it. That fits there. That fits there. Yay, I feel revived. My mind is whole again. There's a hint button. Screw that. Oh, are we back at the start of the day, or? Oh, we just come back to Victoria coming in. Yes, yes, you spied on your neighbours. It was all great. We put the forest camphor back where it came from, and we put the wandering bew back where it came from. And we tell it to stay. Fine, I will help you prank your neighbours. Bushy blue flower heads, seeds with a downy pappus, that shape, and presumably, you know, blue. I'm not seeing a lot of flower heads that are that kind of shape. Is it that? Just seen from a weird angle? No, because it specifically says they're purple flowers. Those are bushy blue heads. Ooh, that looks possible. Blue flowers, light airy scent. Yeah, that's the right shape. Let's go with that. There we go. Plant identified. We get a new book page about Shimmerlung. Great. Labels. I wish to label. What am I labeling that? Let it be known that this is Harlequin Bew, which goes between Gandy Root and Lemon Dandy. Between Gandy and Dandy, as they say. We've got exploration next. We should do that again. I mean, what's this house in the woods? There are more important things I could be doing back in the shop. Wow, okay, calm down, game. Okay, you just go, is there anything here? No, and also, screw you. Get back to work, peasant. Halbor, the game's bullying me. Halbor doesn't care. Ding. Bethany Coleman. Good rope. You may have heard the rumours that our Arda is dead. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. Sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. To be assured of your discretion would require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. I need to read about you, the sister. Beth was born into a loving family, but never felt settled. She sought out a higher purpose when she was still young, and left home at 14 to join the Sisterhood of Arduina. The head of the Sisterhood, the Arda, took a liking to her and helped her to develop a renewed purpose, caring for the forest and putting her faith in the goddess Arduina. Now her mentor has been murdered. Beth is looking for answers. I'd watch that paranormal detective show, not gonna lie. I'd watch most paranormal detective shows. I know what I like. Mary's breath, Calatum Regius. Regius? That doesn't seem like the right conjugation of that word. Should just be Regis. No. Wide waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amount of water it requires. It said that a person could be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens, so the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favour. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear a space for it on my alphabet shelf. Wide waxy leaves. That was good. Smooth waxy leaves. Is this your plant? No. Turns out multiple plants can have waxy leaves. Are these wide and waxy? The veined leaves have a waxy finish. That's the one. And we got a letter. Okay, well first we label, and we alphabetize, and we file, because I know who I am. And then we put everything away, because a cluttered desk never helped anyone, she said, you know, like a hypocrite. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen, and the Arda has been murdered. You'll find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across from Torva. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood of Arduina. Well, we've got a full explore meter. Deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across from Torva. Okay, so a mile is a square, looking at the key here. The lakeshore across from Torva is there, and a mile from it would be there. Yes? It's either there or there. I think it's there. As soon as I step off the road, two members of the Sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I'm not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter. They tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. I was next to the right place. Come on! I'm gonna water my plants until I get enough will to explore back. Are you meant to water potted mushrooms? I feel like logically, there's no reason I can think of why you wouldn't, but at the same time, it seems weird to me. There we go. Can back. No, okay, so this one. Ah! My sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. I'm ushered into a walled courtyard and then through a large oak door, along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Hey, cool basement. Lying on a table, draped in silk is the Ada. There's not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black. Her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asked my escort. I set to work. Wren. Book, what's wren? Wren. Ipsum flowers. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Ah! Though it has no flower, it's said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death, and sweet to those who have not. Okay, flowerless, kind of grass-shaped leaves. That has a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. Maybe? It's got long leaves and a weird scent. And they're more the right shape than a lot of these. Can you identify this poison? Yes. Collect book entry for grey samphire. Not samphire. I will label and file my wren. Which goes between Furnish and St. John's Poppy. I extract a sample of the Ada's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the wren turn black, which can mean only one thing: gilded dendron poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I'm rushed away quickly. The sisters don't want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants, which I'm grateful for. New plants, and they look potentially dangerous. And they go up on the unidentified shelf. God game, it's like you don't know my system I just made up. And we can archive that letter. So that went rather well. Ding! Isidore's back. I'm this close to reporting you, halfwit. Excuse me, sir? The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. Butterdale or Meekdew. I need to think carefully about which plant to use here. My actions could have consequences. So, Butterdale, often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. Flowers smell buttery to some people. Or Meekdew. The beautiful flowers, made up of many smaller florets, make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Oh, hi, Emily. I had assumed you would be one of the many going to Gen Con, so good to see you. Plants are good. I'm investigating a murder. I'm helping this weirdo spy, one of the ones not going to Gen Con because wedding. Very fair. And now I'm deciding whether to help this dickhole who's bad to retail workers, or give him something to make his problems worse. My ad is about to start. Oh, okay. Well, while we ponder whether or not I should help this idiot, I'm going to go on break, and God, has it been an hour already? Huh. Yeah. So good to see you, and I will see you again in about 3 minutes when I come off break and run some ads. Stand up, get some water. You know the drill. See you in a few. And I'm back. Hello, everyone. And while I was away, I see a vote in the chat for make his problems worse because customer service worker. Extremely fair, and just let it be known in chat that this is on you. So we have kind of quatrefoil florets making up larger flowers, and the leaves cause sores. Is it that? I can't. Let's have a closer look at that. No, that doesn't emerge at all. Small leaves, delicate flowers. Ah, and they look right. And it looks like a sought-after decorative plant. Is this what you want, sir? This will cure all your problems. To cure my problems, it's me, you. And we get a thing for Storian. Highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. Cool. And Meekdew goes between Mary's Breath and Fennet. There is an option to automatically label all plants you discover, but at the same time I enjoy this kind of just sorting and filing. And let's go on a trip out before. Let's check out Sizer Castle. Sizer is an imposing place. I'd love to wander through their gardens, but I will not be permitted entry without an invitation. I suppose that's reasonable. There are many squares on this map, so randomly picking them probably not going to work. End of day. I should have scratched Hellebore again. And I get to draw a new card from my deck of dream cards. North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rustland, south of Crinkled Crags. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Okay, A, who, B, what? Also, we have the phases of the moon, that's nice. Oh, right, and we can just use them to flick through the story, so yes. So this is, yes, somebody found a book tucked away in the outside library. And then she's hidden it. Day 3. It is Sunday. And we have the full will to explore. So it was north of Hawkshead, south of Crinkled Crags, so it's on row E. And it was between Lowick and Rustland. Where's Lowick? Find me Lowick. Between Lowick and Rustland, so 17. Christmas #1 classics, E17. Although they weren't E17 at the time, they were E17. Anyway. My eyes... There you go. You know you've done it right when the tarot card combusts. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Wow, that's a weirdly judgmental place to go when you've literally just seen someone for the first time. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face. I can speak English, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. More plants. And they go on the right shelf. Thank you. Oh, Hellebore's sitting up. I didn't notice. Hello. God, you are such a void. Anyway, ding the bell. Wilbur Miller, he's new. I'm looking for a plant, lady, what's it? Something or other. I'm no green-eyed drear, that's for sure. My mind doesn't know what it used to be. It's one that's supposed to help with mental decline. I think we have that page. Lady of Summer by Don Henley. Commentessa Estavium, meaning Lady of Summer. The leaves curl around delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature, make this a sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. Is it that? Single sweet-smelling dark flower. It's got the 2 long stamen. Stamen's not the plural, is it? I mean, etymologically the plural of stamen should be stamina, but there's a reason we don't say that. I think this might be the one you want. Yeah, it is. Lady of Summer. We got a page about Fennet, which we already knew, but chewing it is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. Cool, I'll take 12. Right, Lady of Summer goes between, no, goes before Lemon Dandy, after Harlequin Blue. No, I don't want to. Why would enter not click OK? Like, are your players going to want to have line breaks in their plant labels? Like, commonly? We have the will to explore. Where should we go? See, actually going to places never seems to end well, because all the stuff we found is just in random unmarked holes. But let's go to the old man. The striking views that this so-called old man of Coniston never fail to induce awe and wonder. Sadly, there are few people with the leisure to explore its heady heights. So it's just me and the sheep. Again, the game does seem to be being like, get a job, you hippie. Or maybe I'm just projecting, who knows. Hey, also, yeah, my Beau, she is wandering again. If I put this watering can here, will that stop you? Let's find out. Anyway, ding. Oh hey, posted back. Saying the Arder's been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust the sisterhood, but it seems to me the Arder always looked out for the less fortunate. Cool, can I have my post? Don't you just hate it when your postman starts giving you unsolicited opinions about a murder you're meant to be investigating? More will to explore. Cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you're determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Explore Great Gable, you say? Those are the 3 important words there. After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I'm still some distance from the summit. I am freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain. Yes. Brimlock, you say? We've got that page. Folium caldarius. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draft made using leaves from the Brimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, Brimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Waxy leaves, small yellow flowers. Or possibly not small yellow flowers, don't know if it's winter. These are waxy leaves. They look about the right shape, that's possible. I am seeing nothing with waxy leaves and small yellow flowers. So I think it just might not be cold enough and that this is our Brimlock. Yeah! We get a thing for Sunset Mount Cap. There are so many mushrooms in this game. just so many. I'm feeling I may have played myself. And that goes at the start of the list. And we get... I push on, no longer feeling the cold. And I am presently rewarded. Plot twist, the murder was the mailman the whole time. Could be. New plant acquired. This black daisy thing. And we can archive that letter, and we can ding the ding. I just noticed Halibor when you're doing it, just like, huh? Norman Lee. This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please take it, I want nothing more to do with it. Why would I want your cursed plant? If your plant is cursed, you don't just give it to someone. I suppose, actually, that is, in most of the stories, what you do. But at the same time, you could just get rid of the plant. Black Aster is my new goth band. Well, it's literally isn't it literally the name of... Is it Ronan the Accuser's ship in Guardians of the Galaxy? If it's not Black Aster, it's something very similar to that. Oh, that might be the Dark Aster. You activated my nerd trap card, sorry. Anyway, cursed plant, sure, I guess. It's the Dark Aster. Ah, okay. Yes, this plant you've given me does look cursed. I don't want it. Oh, but I have the will to explore. Yeah, exactly. They were going Aster as in star rather than Aster as in the plant. But, I mean, the plant is called that because of Aster as in star. Well, it looks nice to explore. Well, let's climb Scafell Pike. Trivia nerds, that is the highest mountain in England. Not Britain, England. Shattered rock debris and weathered boulders line the route up Scafell Pike, a name believed to derive from the Old Norse Skatlifjell, which translates as the fell with the bald summit. So it is. I've never thought of that before. Yeah, Skatli is bald because Skatlagrim from Ael Saga. Yeah. Oh no, my other nerd trap card. As I arrive at its rocky top, looking out over all to sea, that name seems particularly apt. The beauty of this place is not lost on me. A place for the gods, if there ever was one. You just casually walked up the highest mountain in England and you're like, huh, cool. Just letting you pet the cat whenever is a good game design decision. Did I have a bio on any of these people who've turned up recently? No. Halibor, I'm about to press the bell. Please don't be alarmed. I told you not to be alarmed. Simone Green. Halibor! Always a pleasure, my feline friend. Hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. Most of them are wildly poisonous. I have a favour to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. Oh yes, you sent me the letter in the first place. And then burning the midnight oil again, and I could use some common trouse. And I know where to find it. According to Grayson's herbology with a B, it grows in abundance on red pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sebra in the meantime. Here, take this. But first we read about Simone, the librarian. Simone loves books and reading. She's also irritatingly organised and has begun the overwhelming task of rearranging the library at Ambleside. Her new system works. It'll take years to catalogue every book, scroll, pamphlet and diary. In the meantime, every day yields new discoveries. Buried fragments... Fragments? Yes, fragments. By Dior. Buried fragments of ancient knowledge resurfacing to the light, like arrowheads to archaeologists. Grayson's apology, where we find out they were accused of murder and have to defend themselves in court. Common trouse, Sparathus nemesium. Despite being described as common, the trouse can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of Red Pike. Nobody knows why. Strong spirit of scientific inquiry there. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. Okay, we have a bunch of exploration. Why don't we just go and do that? Or we could follow her to Sebra, because that would be quite funny. Red Pike, Red Pike, Red Pike. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. Going's easy, the weather agreeable, and the view's majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm after. Excuse me everyone for a second. Just gonna go on a brief unplanned break. Back in a moment. And I'm back. Hello everyone. Found a daisy that's both goth and hippie, osteosperm and black widow. I mean, it's got black widow in the name, of course it's goth. Yeah, it looks like I will be finishing earlier than usual today. Other stuff has come up and scheduling has not been kind, but that's fine. I'll probably make it up another day, you know that. But yeah, we've still got some time, let's get back to it. Yes, we found the plant. And we know that it's common trouse, so I will just file that straight away. No, I don't want to put a line break in it. Why would you want to put a line break in it? It goes after Clavilium, but before Forest Camphor. Hellebore, I am going to ding the bell. Be not afraid. Ugh. Verona Green. When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. Just lead with that. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and then. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behaviour in future. Oh, thank God, I thought you were going to tell me to poison a child. You got any shimmerlung? Oh, we can get a bio on you. The Occult Scholar. And also, I too like to open conversations out of nowhere with when you work with the occult. Verona has been studying the occult and the mysterious for many years. Started as a hobby, but gradually grew into an obsession. She haunts the boundary between truth and tale, seeking out the knowledge that others recoil from. She also brews a lovely cup of tea. I mean, isn't that true of basically all English witches? Shimmerlung, you say? That sounds like a horrifying thing in one direction or another, but let's have a look. Shimmerlung. Animatus lumensis. Animated. Yeah, again, the Latin is dodgy, but the Latin's always dodgy. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near-blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large, ridged leaves. I know which one that is. That would be this. Tube-shaped flowers, large, ridged leaves. That's the one. Shimmerlung, and we get the page for Candlewood. And we move things to file our Shimmerlung. Shimmerlung. And then we reset our chair because it's still leaking. Need to do something about that already. Hellebore. We've been over this many times. Actually, no, I'm going to go exploring first. Where should we go? To the middle of Coniston Water, you say? You just get the note page. Cool. Great. Extremely fun. Thanks, game. Fine, yes. Stretch and hydrate. Oh. Oh, yeah. Have I mentioned how it's much too hot? Because it is much too hot. Okay, Hellebore. If I pet you, will you be less startled by the bell? No. It's Ruth Douglas. There's a beautiful plant that I've been looking for all over, but nobody seems to have any. Something. Monk brew? I'm not sure. Do you mean meek dew? Because didn't the book say that was a sought after decorative plant flower? Sought after decorative plant, although it's difficult to care for. I think you might be looking for this one, which I've helpfully not filed in the right place. Why have I not filed it in the right place? Why is it there? Only the wandering plant is supposed to wander. I like that it does automatically shift things a bit to give you space if you just drop a plant. Yeah! Plant identified. Too late. And that's the day. We can do one final exploration. And the chair can rebel again. I want to go to this place, and I also want to go there in real life, if only to find out how you pronounce it. I assume it's Meethup, but it's spelled meat hop, and that's funny to me. On the outskirts of, let's go with Meethup Village, I pass a large, attractive villa which would not look out of place in the Swiss Alps. A number of people are lying in basket chairs on the veranda. They're well dressed, but very pale. One lady has a painful sounding cough. I pass a discreet metal sign, Westmoreland Sanatorium. Of course, these are invalids receiving therapeutic treatment for their tuberculosis. The 19th century, everybody! Yay! We had tuberculosis. End of day. Turn a card. This card is missing a corner. That's not helpful at all. Time passed. A year and then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. Mondays, am I right? And a rainy Monday at that. Seriously, what does that achieve? That might be a clue to save for later. Unless... could that, also, as well as being torn, also be the course of a river? Could we, like, be off the shoulder of the Kent or something? Let's try it. The trees are thin here, allowing plenty of light through the canopy. Okay, it's not the thing, but we did get a plant, so... I will put this in that. We got this pitcher plant lily hybrid looking thing. Hellebore, you are asleep. Will you still be startled by this bell? Yes. Reuben Ward's back, the detective. The Fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. Been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got anything to help me keep my lunch down? My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. We do have some Fernet. Ah! The Meek Jew moves as well! Is the mushroom kidnapping my plants? I tried to keep you in containment with the watering can, but you escape and you take things with you? Anyway, I have this plant and I'm done shouting at a mushroom. Witch fig, which I'm pretty sure is an old-timey euphemism. Okay, can't... Oh no. Oh, does explore build up slowly over time? That's good to know. Still have no clue what that's meant to be about. Unless I was right and it's like here? Nope. Just get the nope screen. Post morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. She's the occult scholar, yes? Yes. Filled my explore bar. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rustland. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protected lately. Kind regards, Verona Green. Yeah, that's because, you know, the murder. Grisdale Forest, northeast of Rustland. We found Rustland a second ago. There's Rustland, northeast of it, is there? From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way... Wow, I can speak today, I promise. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arder, says the leader of the trio. I try to walk back. Turn to walk back. But then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Why are your sleeves full of plants? We want some Melaglow, do we? Cincinus maturus. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it's possible to become hidden from sight and memory. I mean, if you're hidden from sight, isn't that what invisible means? The Melaglow has sharp thorns to protect it from predators. Okay, where's my thorniest unidentified plant? Turquoise flowers and sharp thorns? That sounds like a goer. Also, you know, if this doesn't work, I can attack them with my thorn whips. Luckily, I did not have to attack them with my thorn whips. And we get a page for Cavalier, sorry. With the help of the Melaglow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. And then I put it on the right shelf, and then we move on with our lives. And we archive that letter, and we put the book away, despite the fact that I want it in a minute. Hellebore, if you insist on sleeping by the bell, you better get used to it. Next time, I guess. Faye Swift. I'm afraid the camphor you gave me has helped me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. Oh yeah, she's the psychic lady. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why. And behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand. A mosaic of colour that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. So, what are our options? Aguria or Candlewood? Aguria, when burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Or Candlewood produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. So do we want to protect her from these dreams, or let her look deeper into these dreams? And if you've ever watched a stream with me, you know where we're going with this. Light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. Don't know why I said it like that. Gentle lamb's wool. No, I can't see any immediately. That we haven't already identified as something else. Oh, we didn't file that last one. What was that? That was Mallow Glow. After being through Fort Fennis, yes. Anyone? Light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. Seriously, why do I keep saying it in weird, bad Welsh accent? Have I just not got the right plant yet, so I can't do that, and I needed to find it first? Seems like a weird move. It specifically says those are dark blue flowers. As you can see, by the way, they're dark blue flowers. Those are a soft purple. I like that the descriptions generally tell you what colour flower you're looking at. Just, you know, I think that's a bit of colourblind accessibility. Rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. Alas, I may not have any Aguria. And there's nothing there on where we can find it. Yeah, I've got a few flowers that look like that, but they've all been identified. Unless it's another name for the same thing. Is that how this game works? Are any of the others from the genus Skyphum? They are not. That's a shame. I wanted to supercharge her brain to see what happened. But I guess you can have Candlewood instead, because I actually have that. Red flower, long thin stems among tall leaves. And is it that? I don't know what this sketch is, but that's what that looks like. Candlewood. It's going to turn out that I had a area all along and I just couldn't see. Worry less. No game. I will not. Watch me immediately find some Aguria. When I go up to Crags. The rugged crags stretch out before me like knuckles in a gnarled hand. The ground is rough and sparse. Nothing seems to grow here. Okay. Ding. Margaret Elsbeth. We don't come to Windermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green finger one, it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, if we wanted to take out a boat on the lake. I've met this woman. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Sizer. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they'll be of interest to a horticulturist. Should be a horticulturalist, surely? Horticulturist? I think there's another syllable in there. Such as yourself. You are cordially invited to Sizer Castle, Lord and Lady Elsbeth. Well, I tried to come before. Fine, now I guess we'll go back. I'm greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself, whom I have just followed home. She's very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on the tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant I do not recognise. But before I can stop to take a look, she's already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I am quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library. I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these! Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands and I thank her warmly. We've got to think about Fevicus. We've got these new plants. We need to go on the top shelf. We can archive that. And we can frighten Hellebore. Philip Shaw. Mushroom. Red spots. Moves in the dark. That's all we got. Any ideas? Do I know Philip Shaw? Have we seen him before? No. I've got a file at least. Anyway, yes, I know exactly the moving mushroom you want. Please take it away. Yes, plant identified. We got that from the Wandering. Elbow jump. Something else I got. They're saying Blackcomb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all. But then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in their nails and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up at Swinside. Come for some stinking Mount Cap. Stinking Mount Cap, you say? No, that's Sunset Mount Cap. Sunset Mount Cap is a type of fungus with dome caps, sometimes called stinking Mount Cap. There we go. As a result of its unpleasant odour. That would make sense. It's thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home, and it's often placed at doorways. It's mildly toxic to humans. Should be. Dome-shaped mushroom. Clap, 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 clap. Smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes water. There we go. And we get an entry on Henchuck. How much hen? Okay, we know this is Sunset Mount Cap. quite near the end of this. Past Wren, past Shimalung, past St. John's Poppy, next to the Wandering View. Where was she going? She was up in Blackham, she said. See a pit full of skulls. Some deer, fox, badger. It's not human. I wish I had not come. Cool, there was nothing there but dread. And we end the day. Powering through these days. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east, where the everheart grows. That sounds like it's out of Black Panther. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. Other things we had in the 19th century include typhoid and alcoholism. And parental neglect. And Tuesday. The castle to the northwest of the abbey buried her husband 3 miles to the east, you say? Okay, where's there an abbey? Hey, I didn't say we only had it in the 19th century. There's Calder Abbey there. Castle to the northwest of the abbey. Okay, that is what it said. So that's Egremont Castle, and then 3 to the east. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. Tuesdays are made up, yeah, but so are all the other days. So are most things we use to define the universe. We have this, which I am going to prospectively file as Everheart. That can be a blue label. And we should ring the bell. Only got time for a couple more. I was about to say contestants. Customers. That's what we actually call them. Hey, Swift's back. I must thank you. Last night, for the first time in weeks, my mind was calmed. She probably sounded different every time. I'm no longer tormented by visions of the woman in the jade mask and that terrible monster. Now I'm wondering if you have some worry less to keep my over-anxious thoughts at bay. No, I'm using that all myself. Also, what does it look like? Look. Lavanus nana. Worry less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. And we've got these kind of sycamore twinned leaves. Is it that? No. Not that. Cream-coloured flowers, they smell wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, the leaves on that are that shape. I think this is what you want, Psychic Woman. Haha, I was Psychic Woman all along. Hop Heart. Or Fiat. That was funny to me. No, you get back behind the watering can. I'll put this other plant to keep an eye on you. Yes, it has eyes, don't ask why. You should in fact worry less about it. Let's go exploring. Let's go to Torva. It's a pleasant town to spend a quiet afternoon in. I don't want pleasant and quiet. Halibor, wake up! Simone's back. I met a strange man on the road to Sebra not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you, don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west. At least I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Yes, I did. Some common trouse for the lady. Sounds like a Shakespearean insult, that. Thou common trouse. That's then got like a paragraph-long note in the margins explaining what the hell that meant. Common trouse. I wanted to meet you. Headed west from Sibra, possibly near to the source of the River Winster. Where was Sibra? There's Sibra. Headed west to the source of the Winster. Where's the Winster? Here. Like, are we talking at the source or directly west of Sibra? Let's go directly west of Sibra, because they said near the source of the Winster River. Well, that's what I get. Time to water plants until my mistakes are forgiven. Explore at the source of the River Winster. Hey. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between two boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there's no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. Down 2. Across, so south 2, east 3 from where I was. I can do that. Near Sizer Castle. There we are. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts, where I'm greeted by an eccentric man. Oh yes, yes, ho 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 ho, the man says. You must take this. Take it, take it. At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top. Ho ho, it's no use to me anymore. Ho ho, no use. Don't forget the red, the red, the red, the red. Ho ho, a bony. I'm sure that he is quite mad. You seem weirdly eager to decide that people you've met are irredeemably mad. Me. So we have this completely normal thing. And we have a letter. It said that the red ebony? Let's go ebony, that's a nice thing. It said that the red ebony plant has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. That's what I said to myself. I said, you're fast to call people mad. Well, am I wrong? The character I'm playing just jumps to that conclusion a lot. Fit everything in this drawer? Yes. Hey, Halibut. Ah, you thought I was going to ring the bell, didn't you? No, instead you get pets. And now I ring the bell! Ah, you were calm. Conrad Stanway. I am not long for this world. Also an excellent way to open conversations. And I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Cavalier, like a Dreher huntsman with their dranthium-covered tombs. Okay. I didn't need that context, but sure, a rare plant that's believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Cavalier Flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petal flower is considered to bring good fortune. Arbutum alacritas. Flowers are a soft purple, but they look right. They've got the spread stamens, they've got the 6 petals. I think that's a Cavalier. Yeah, it is. Plant identified, we get a thing for Eyebright. We label the plant we just got. That's some Cavalier right there. Which goes between Brimlock and Candlewood. These diagrams are not very helpful for identification. Correct. They do tell you that off the bat, though, at least. When you're reading the introduction to the book, it says the sketches are for illustration, might help with identification, but you should probably read the descriptions instead. So that's fair. And again, feels very 19th century. Next to this description of a flower, I've drawn a picture of a flower, for the purposes of illustration. Is it the same flower? Who can say? I can get another customer in. Bing! Unknown. Your reputation is growing, horticulturist. I hear that you are the person to come for plants that are difficult to acquire. Come to, even. My head feels like it's being torn in two lately. I'm looking for some pop art. You're looking for some pop art? The woman in the jade mask. Hey, wait a minute. A friend of mine's been dreaming about you. Little is known about her. She's occasionally seen in Undermere, but people understandably avoid her cold demeanour. Let's get this woman some pop art. Cora Ingens. Inhaling smoke from the burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. It's weed! Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Ah. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Sounds about right. And that looks like it could be a cross-section of one of those flower heads. Yeah! We are officially a dispensary. We get a page for the Copper Caledonian. We label and file our hop art. Oh, and that spot was exactly where it wanted to be. Very nice. And I put away everything here because, dear viewers, dear hubrisketeers and plant appreciators alike, I'm afraid that is where we're going to have to leave it. Because, as I say, scheduling hasn't been particularly kind, and I've got to go and play mini-golf with my family. Swings and roundabouts, I guess. Nah, it's all good, and I'll be back regular time on Thursday, but I've got about time to do the wrap-up. So, as ever, I will say thank you very much to everybody who's watched. Thanks for staying to the end. Not quite as long as otherwise is usually the case, but you get what you get. It means a lot. And if you've been watching this, you know where to find me, but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Saracent, that's SERASENT, the House of Hubris. And I'm streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 PM British time, that is 9 AM Eastern, 6 Pacific, other time zones are available. And I will be continuing with this. Like I say, I believe it's not long, and so it should only be 2 or 3 episodes. And then we'll go on to something else. If you want to be notified when I am live, consider throwing us a follow. It means you get notifications whenever I'm around, and a number grows, and who doesn't love that bit? If you miss anything, you can find the VODs on my Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact, or for anything older, you can go to my YouTube at... It doesn't have a fancy URL anymore. Click the link down there, it says VOD Archive. And that's got VODs from everything on the channel, way back to the start of it, over 1.5 years of content, and yeah, lots of games there, probably something to your liking, and if there isn't, let me know what would be. While you're there, throw us a subscribe, doesn't cost you anything, and means you get hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and also, I get closer to a URL I can actually say. What else? If you think me intentionally poisoning annoying bureaucrats is worth your financial support in the game, anybody watching this who shouldn't be, then you can cheer or subscribe on Twitch, but you very much don't need to. Just turn up and hang out and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. What else? If you want to see, if you want to see me elsewhere on the internet, then unfortunately, the best place to go is Twitter @Wairuce. That's WAIUCE, where you can find me ranting about politics and doing memes and stream notifications. That's my life. Yes, and if you want to see me in other projects, currently the best way to do that is to go on Saturday nights to 10:30 PM British time, that is 5:30 PM Eastern. Go to twitch.tv/thehypegoblin, that's THEHYPEGOBLIN, where you can see me in the ongoing Numenera Stars in the Stone campaign. It's so much fun, and if you like banter, we've got banter, so come check that out. I think that's everything. If I missed anything, I don't know, tell a bird, and the message will never get to me, and that way everyone will be happy. Okay, so on that note, I will say again, thank you all, love you all, see you on Saturday, regular time, when we will do more of this strange horticulture. Goodbye.